First things first, we're going to be priming the face with the Pixi Rose Flash Balm. This smells like roses. It's so good. It gives my skin a nice smooth finish and it also keeps it nice and hydrated. Next, I'm going to be using this Maybelline 24-Hour Super Stay Foundation in the shade Classic Ivory, and this is such a good full coverage drugstore foundation. As you guys can see, it just covered up my beauty mark right there so effortlessly. Like, this looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. It has like a natural to matte finish, and I'm just applying this with my flat top kabuki brush from Iconic. You guys might be wondering why I'm talking in some parts of the video, but this was actually supposed to be a talk through video, but then my mic was turned off, so I sadly had to turn this into a voiceover. So I'm sorry, but I hope you guys still don't mind. Okay, moving on. Alright, so here's a little trick that I do to cover up the dark circles without applying too much concealer. So I go in with an extremely full coverage concealer. I'm using this one by Model's Own, and it's so full coverage. It reminds me of the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer and the Hard Candy Concealer as well from the drugstore. So I'm taking a pencil brush and just outlining the areas where I get the most discoloration and darkness underneath my eyes, and then pat it in with my finger. This will automatically brighten up your under eyes. It already looks so much better. And then on top of that, I go in with a highlighting pen, something with a very light coverage but gives you a super natural highlighted look. So I'm going to be using this Covergirl Healthy Vitalist pen. It's so amazing for underneath the eyes. It doesn't cake up, it doesn't crease, it looks super natural, and it just gives me a nice highlighted look. And then I'm going to take my RCMA No Color Translucent Loose Setting Powder. You guys can pick one up at Namie's online or in store. And I'm just going to be setting underneath my eyes and the rest of my face. The Balm came out with a few new bronzers, and at first I wasn't sure about the color, but the color turned out good as long as I'm using a light hand, because these are extremely pigmented, so you really want to be careful. I wouldn't say these are my absolute favorite bronzers. I feel like the best kinds of bronzers are where you don't really have to worry about applying too much of. They just look really natural and seamless on the skin. I feel like these would be really nice contouring shades because they are anti-orange bronzers. Anyways, for the blush, I'm taking it back with the MAC Melba blush. This is still one of my all-time favorite blushes, and I miss using it, so we're using it today. You guys, how pretty is this BH Cosmetics Ultimate Neutrals eyeshadow palette? Like, I'm obsessed with the shades. I definitely want to do more looks using it and play around with it. I feel like using these palettes really bring it back to the old YouTube days when I would use my Morphe 35 Neutrals palette. Do you guys remember that? Oh my goodness, I was obsessed. Anyways, I'm just going in with that shade and just popping that into my crease, all over the lid, and to my lower lash line. I really want to create a soft, neutral, smoky eye with, you know, lashes and eyeliner. I feel like these kinds of looks never go out of style. And then I'm going in with this mustardy yellow eyeshadow and just placing that right on top of the previous eyeshadow and blending everything out with a fluffy Sigma E40 brush. Now after we did that, I'm going to go in with the darkest brown eyeshadow and just take that along my upper and lower lash line and smoking it out. Up next, you just want to grab a super dark pencil and apply that to the waterline and really smoke everything out. And you want to make sure that your waterline is completely filled in from outer to inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with this Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Pencil. This one does not budge on my eyes, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to line my upper lash line with this. And then I know this part makes me cringe every single time, but tugging on the eyes, but I don't do this very often. And yeah, just be careful when you do this. And then pop on some Coquette Chronicles lashes in the style Leanna, and then to highlight my face, I'm going in with the Balm highlighter in Mary Luminizer, which I'm absolutely obsessed with at the moment. Then I'm gonna line my lips with the Flower Petal Pout Lip Liner in Toffee. Oh, their lip pencils are so amazing, very creamy and pigmented. And then filling in my lips with the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in Latte To Go. It's like one of my favorite drugstore liquid lipsticks. And then I'm going to top it off with the NYX Butter Gloss and Tiramisu, and then setting my entire face with the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist Facial Spray. I love this stuff. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I hope you guys still enjoyed this video even though it was a voiceover, and I will just catch you guys in my next one.